Hey, Bublynn, coming in, crushing this art. All right, we're back at it. We're talking about Gemini moon, Gemini sun, full on Gemini, right? So this is Gemini, right? This is almost, I think, the purest of air, because when we think about Mercury, personally, I think about it as the most fluid of all of the planets, right? We can kind of see the tree of life up here, hey? Yeah. So when I think about Mercury, because even down here, we have the more realist, so it's the like, this is kind of the balanced area where we kind of interact with is like down here, in my opinion. But yeah, but either way, so of this, we have Venus and Mercury. And Mercury is like the forms that you take, basically that's a great way to say it, like the communications, you know what I mean? The thoughts that you may choose to stick to, or you may choose to give some credence to, you know what I mean? Or utilize as a tool. And then, yeah, but Venus would more so be like the things that you connect to, and like, it's not necessarily like the forms that you take, but it's like through Mercury, you would find Venus, though, because it's like if you found, like, say me, Bublynn, Sitra Beach, right? This would be a Venus, right? This is solid, Bublynn, Sitra Beach, right? But what manifested this was playing with forms, playing with the known, right? Mercury, right? But Mercury is the fluid, the pusher, the stirrer, right? And Venus is the light. Like, it's when there's a circuit, in a way, and where that connects to you, in a way. It's kind of a way to put it, but either way, so yeah, so if we're thinking about Gemini, then this is like, okay, the reason that I put that is once you get to Libra, this is ruled by Venus, right? It's a little more solid. Then once you get to Aquarius, this is ruled by Earth, and in my opinion, and this would be more so like practicalized, like, okay, now this is at an individual state, this is fixed. This is an individual ecosystem, like it has its patterns, it has its wood. By that I mean like history, it has its layers, you know, like wood has its layers, like earth has its layers, you know. But, so yeah, so that's what I mean by this is Gemini is the purest and the freest of the air. And what is air? Air is when you're trying to create a balance, but you're finding all these ways within that. It's almost like if you think about an egg, then it just has all this potential energy, and all it can do is express itself in creating itself internally, you know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna let Buddy Mo out. Okay. Hey, alright. And the reason that I say an egg is because this is working from ground up, right? Like an air, the reason that it's of water, like, it was birthed out of water, right? But it was of fire, like it's fire seed is a good way to think about it. Because what happens is all air knows how to do is stir stuff up like fire. But, hey, it only wants to work in relatable realms. It doesn't want to bring a completely new thing, right? Like it sees the qualities of yin, pure yin, water, and it wants to bring that forward. Like, yeah, like it loves its mom, you know what I mean? But it only knows how to act like its dad. It's sort of in that in-between sort of balancing role, right? So that's why like air and earth together kind of bring Andromeda to the table, whereas fire and water are like yang and yin. But anyway, so now if we're back thinking of like the egg, that brings the groundedness, right? It's like every moment counts. It's like now pure dreaming, like 1D, or pure dreaming without any form or potential or any sort of like grounding, right? It doesn't have to follow any sort of boundaries or guidelines. But the first thing about air is it does have to work from the relatable, work from the ground and bring it up. So yeah, but this is the purest of it. It's just about what could be, right? It's not like Libra, oh, we got to get lost in a particular form, and it's, and you know, we got to support that and generate off of that. And it's not like Aquarius, like just knowing, you know what I mean? It's yeah, like support, love, and watching what you love grow versus just knowing what is. Gemini is more so just like, it's more dreamy in a way. It's more like, because it's just more like, this is all the things that could be, you know what I mean? So now, yeah, we thought about the fact that it's active, right? So you're coming from a place where you just want to do stuff, right? And it's receptive, though. You're coming from a place where you don't necessarily want to step on people's toes. You just want to learn, and you just want to be able to do all these crazy things. You want to be able to know all this stuff. Like, you just want to be able to, like, just to live, really, right? But in a way that's not going to be like a crazy scene, right? You don't necessarily want to get caught up on a side of something. You don't necessarily want it to be like this sort of kind of spectacle, which neither would Sag, but it would more so be like they'd get into a side and have like a sort of deep resonance. You'd be like, no, I just want to know how stuff works, you know? So yeah, so that's a little bit more about that. And yeah, so Gemini versus Libra and Aquarius, it's like Gemini would more so just want to learn everything, right? And then Libra would be like really supporting what they love, right? And then so they would almost be more of like a crafts, whereas like Aquarius would be supporting like what works in a way, and they would be more of like a developer in a way. So it's like Libra, I feel like would almost bring, but I don't know, it is cardinal, so I just feel like Libra would more so bring what you love down to earth, whereas like Aquarius would literally be like a whole new expression in a way. Like Libra would get lost into what they love, to where they would develop that with the tools previously discovered by Aquarius type energy. So like Aquarius discovers whole logics, and like Venus or like Libra utilizes that to harmonize and relate with what they love, right? So it's like Libra plays a supportive role, Aquarius plays like a sort of intellectual role, and so does Gemini, but Aquarius is lost in its own individuality and its own relationships with things, you know what I mean? Just like Capricorn. So, whereas like Libra is more so not lost in like grounding and founding itself in its relationship with the world. It's more so just lost into what it loves and what it desires. Like the earth energy is more so bringing you out. Like Aquarius is more so forced to be able to stand, whereas Libra is more so just trying to connect with what it loves and like who it is in a way. And then Gemini just wants to know all of this. So like it just, but it doesn't want to stick to any of it. It really just wants to know. It wants to know every direction it can go, because it wants to know how to build like stem cells in a way. Like if you think about like, yeah, in the egg working from ground up, it's like the stem cell part where it's like, no, we just want to be able to go in every direction if we need to. So yeah, so I feel like that's really great. Hey, Bublynn, Sitra, Beach out.